Hi guys, welcome back. Just purchased this from eBay, arrived earlier this afternoon, cost me £3. I believe it's like a 1960s Timex mechanical. It's not working. I'm trying to get it working and I can get it to tick for a little while, but then it will stop. And it wasn't working at all. I did use a little bit of the lighter fuel trick and wiped a little bit of oil, heated it up. So I've got it working to a certain point, but it will stop. Also, I'm going to clean this watch up in a minute. I'm not quite sure what that is. You've got this little arm here. You've got the end of the spring goes into this slider, which goes backwards and forwards. And if you push that arm down, it will click. Okay, so at the moment I can wind the watch, but it's almost, I think it's nearly fully wind. I'll just try to give it a little wind. Yeah, it's pretty much fully wound. I'm not sure how to release that wind, but that was winding in that position. However, if I push this across, which I can't do now, like that, so it sits in its little area there. Now, if I try to wind, there's nothing, it's just loose. So I'm not sure what that is. So it wants to be out of there, like that, and then it has wind. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, and I haven't got a clue. I'm literally just having a little tinker around, but it's kind of working. It's got the original strap to it. Now let's go back to normal magnification if I can. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I think that's normal magnification. I mean, it's still ticking. Original strap. No, it stopped again. But a little bit of a shake and it starts. So it's not far off. It obviously needs a service, but it's not far off. I just want it to wind down because I can't release this overwind. I don't know how to do that. There's no obvious. I thought it might be something to do with that lever, but that doesn't seem to do it. And it's a great looking watch. That's why I bought it. I like the colours of the dial. It's got a bit of a scratch, and I haven't cleaned this up at all yet, so it's still a bit grubby. Probably doesn't show up on the camera, but there is a fair bit of grime in and around it. Yeah, this strap has had it. So I will be removing that. So I think what I do is I'll pause this and I'll give it a little bit of a clean up and come back. Okay, I've given it a good clean up. I've polished up the crystal as much as I can, but there is a bit of a scratch that I couldn't get out on the front of that. It's some kind of chrome plated base metal case, but it's not too bad. It's polished up quite nicely. The back of it is a stainless steel. So literally just with a microfiber cloth, bit of elbow grease. I've not gone too crazy. It's just cleaning it up, really and there was a lot of grot. As you can see, I've cut the old strap off, had to get rid of the old spring bars, which were absolutely disgusting. This wants a black leather strap, which I'll probably send off for one. I haven't got one really at the moment. I've got one with gold buckles that wouldn't really suit it. So I've got this green material strap here that has at least got silver buckles, and I think will suit it quite well for now. So I'll put the spring bars on this and we'll whack it on this strap, see what it looks like. These things are always a bit fiddly. I've got a spring bar tool which helps compress the spring bar into place. Then you should be able to pop it into its hole, he says. Okay, just do the other one. These may be a little bit too short. They kind of went in a little bit too easy. I've got a lot of spring bars, but you never have the exact size you want. I think these will do for now anyway, for demonstration. That's gone in there. They're pretty strong. Okay, let's pop this strap on. Just before I pop the strap on, I've just popped the back off, and it's actually working. It's working at the moment, which is nice. The reason I pop the back off is I've got a bit of misting on the glass. Where I clean the case up, I use a little bit of window cleaner on a toothbrush, which I find is a very good way of getting into the nooks and crannies, but unfortunately a little bit has probably got inside the movement and it's began to fog up the crystal, as you can see there. So I'm just going to offer that up to a bit of heat and hopefully get that away. Back in a second. Okay, so I've given that a little bit of a heat up with the back off. And I've still got a bit of misting, which was clear a second ago. Let's have another go. Okay, after some more gentle heating for about another 5 minutes, I think I've got it all out. And the good news is the watch is actually working really nicely now. I think a little bit of warming has helped the oil get a little bit thinner, and it's ticking away quite nicely. It hasn't stopped the whole time I was warming it up, so maybe once it cools down again it may well stop. But for the moment it's ticking away quite nicely. Now, is it going to mist up again? There were actually beads of water, I guess, around the edge on the inside. I could see them, but now I think they have all gone. So I think the vast majority of it has gone. So let's go for putting the back on and put this watch strap on. What have I done with the back? Oh, here we go. And as I said, I'll probably buy an 18mm leather strap with a chrome buckle. I mean, now the watch is working. Let's see how long it works for. So I pop that back on. I think where the watch is still a bit warm, it might be causing an issue with the back. Oh, there we go, we're on. And because there's not a second hand, you can't actually see it working once the back's on. We'll only know because time will, obviously, the hour and minute hand will move slowly. Okay, so let's pop the material nylon strap on. I'll just do it the regular way. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad on that strap. It will probably look better on the black leather one though. I will buy a vintage style black leather one. Or I may go for one with the holes in, that kind of sporty look, the same as I've got on my Tissot Seastar, because it's a similar shape watch actually. That 60s, 70s shape. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like on my wrist. Okay, so on my 6.5 inch wrist, this vintage Tissot doesn't look Tissot. Vintage Timex. Let's zoom in. Not too bad. Be interesting to see if the watch carries on working. I'm not going to spend too much money on a leather strap. It's going to be a cheapie from AliExpress. But before I buy it, I'll just establish that it's working. Because I'd like to have a Timex in my collection, so I think I might well keep hold of this one. I really like that dial. Anyway, not too bad for my £3, even if it's a little bit temperamental. It's kind of working. It's kind of looking pretty good. And it's a nice vintage Timex for £3. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Or before I go, please, please, please do not do this lighter fuel trick. It will probably ruin your watch. This is a £3 watch. I had nothing to lose. I just used a tiny bit on the back of the plate, heated it up, and it got it ticking. But it will probably stop again, and it can cause damage to the watch and the dial. It can wreck your watch. So I definitely wouldn't recommend on doing this. Although I have heard some people even clean watch parts in lighter fuel, but it can wreak havoc with other parts. It could make, apparently it could make the jewels drop out. The shellac that holds the jewels may melt with the lighter fluid. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but apparently that could happen. It could certainly cause problems with the dial itself if it managed to get round to that. So on a very cheap watch, I just sort of give it a try. It's not a long-term solution. Obviously you should get them serviced properly, but I'm not going to spend £50 plus servicing a £3 Timex. I just wanted one for the collection. This was not working when I bought it. It is kind of working now, so some success. And I'll spend probably £2-3 on a leather strap. So for around a £5, I will have a Timex in my collection, I think it's 1960s, possibly early 70s. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, quite pleased with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take care.